Fiddly Cubby, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever at the races. It's the turn of the diesels, and we've swapped them round, so everyone that was on this side is now on this side, and vice versa. So they are all ready to go. Our American train won the last one. Can't remember. But anyway, they are all ready to rock and roll. They're set to go to the next station. So without further ado, in 3, 2, 1 and go. Now we should hopefully have no issues with them crossing over the junctions when that time comes, or I'm hoping so. One thing we've changed is this USA train. We've changed it up to the New Haven livery because I've not used it in a while and it looks pretty cool. But no, everything's looking... Whoa, French train. Slow down, buddy. This French train's doing quite well, and it did quite terrible in the previous race. Actually, it may have finished last. Or second last, I can't remember. But a USA train is down. You are probably in third. Yes, I would say the French train is in first. We'll see if the French train can hold his lead. No, he's lost already. Chinese train is taking him in the inside. Now, the French train will be on the fast section to start with. Our Chinese train will be on the slow section to start with. Let's jump back on board with the US train. Our British train's got slightly more acceleration, although if it hits its top speed in the straight section, it will be outgunned by the rest. Our Russian train is in fourth. British train is in fifth. And if I can catch it, yep. German train is in last. That may not be the case though. It may pass the British train. Looks like the British train is even passing the Russian train. Highest top speed is 95 from the Chinese train. They will have to all stop at this station. It's up to 98, 96. USA is up to 95. The Russian train's up to 95 now, and so is the British train. German train's up to 96, so it should start to catch the British train. Its top speed letting it down there, but they are all slowing down. Our British train just creeping on in front. Now if this German train and this British train both stop at the same time, the rest have all stopped. Chinese train's the first one to move off, then the French, American and British just moving off slightly there. Then the Russian and German, they pretty much stopped both at the same time. Now our German train, British train and Chinese train are on the right hand side, and they have the slow section first at the factory. Our three on this side get to take the high road, which even though it's elevated is far quicker. This British train's doing okay. Huh. Well done, British train. Who's winning here? The Chinese train is still in front. It may be undefeated. Maybe. It may not. Alright, we'll continue on. Right, this is the first split section. Just round this, through this valley here. This Chinese train is doing, French train is doing surprisingly well. Right, you're going to go in the slow section. French train is going to go in the fast section. Excuse me. So you're up to 41. You're slowing down for this corner. You can go ahead and speed up. Let's have a look here. What does it look like from this direction? It looks pretty cool. We're gonna go for screenshot opportunity. There we go. Boom. Very nice. Right, continue on. I dare say our French train is now in the lead. And I would dare say that our American train is now in second. Up, popped up in the perfect position there. Chinese train, I would say, is still in third, maybe. Or is it? As they come into here, our Russian train almost caught up with the Chinese train there. In fact, if it can just stay in front, it'll be doing well. And then China in fourth. I think the Chinese train will probably make a decent comeback though. British train is still on fifth. German train is still on last. But the British train needs to get ahead if it's going to keep that place, because if they're still like this when they come to the home straight, the German train will more than likely pass it, I would imagine. Looks like our Chinese train is creeping up into third. Or are you? Round the corner they go. There's our other two lagging in the rear. Right, into the station. French train stops first. Now, French train, Russian train and American train will all be stopping at the next station, and everyone else will just be cruising through. Now I want to watch these two stop. Right, you stop. He stops. This train is the German train is slightly longer. The British train did not make a clean getaway there. Although it may have slightly quicker acceleration. Our French train is in the lead, but it won't be for much longer. Now, what we'll do here is we'll keep all these the same, and when they get back to this point, we'll see if anything changes. So you're stopping, you're stopping. Chinese train rolls on ahead. French train gets moving again. USA train moving again. Russian train moving again. The other two coming through here. There is the Chinese train. Round they go as they start to split. Let's go over the valley. It looks like the British train and German train are catching the Chinese train slightly. Now the French train will be tearing up here. It is going at 67, 68, 69, 70. Where our Chinese train on the opposite side is doing about 50. There it goes there. The USA train will probably pass the Chinese train as well. The Chinese train has opened its lead quite substantially from these two, and the German train has just pushed out in front slightly. Or has it? It's hard to tell with these two. They're pretty close together. There's our Russian train though. So they are all sort of packed together nicely, which is good, because that means they should all arrive at the junction point at the same time, and they should be able to cross over without any issues. Let's have a nice sky eye view. Oh, German train is pulling away from the British train there. Right, now these guys on this side have a easier sort of run at things. Our French train looks to no longer be in the lead. Looks like the Chinese train has caught back up. This is a hell of a slow corner. It says 42. USA train is down to 40 round there. There's the other two. Now they'll obviously be going slow around this corner on the way down, and they'll be able to speed up, but these three will be stopping at the next station on the way down, so that may hinder them. Right, let's have a look here. There's our French train on the right. I can see the Russian train and American train in the background. There's the American train, there's the Chinese train there. There's the Russian train. Now they've already crossed their junctions, which is magical because they're about to cross their junctions there. There's the German train, there's the British train. The German train is now pulling away from the British train. Let's actually keep an eye on this. Right, so you're going into the tunnel. We're going to lose these guys for a hot minute while they go through there. There they are, entering the tunnel, and they'll pop out up here. There's the Chinese train going round. There's our German and British train. Right, jump back on board with the Chinese train. There's our French train down at the bottom there. It's back in the lead. Just. There's our American train. Our Chinese train is coming down the right hand side though. Did you slow down for that? Yes, you did. And they'll be able to speed up sort of going down there. Okay. And you've got it quite fast until you reach this section. You've got it quite fast through the tunnel until you sort of reach here. Let's spin this around. There we go. Whoa. So there we go. Chinese train on the left, French train on the right. USA is coming up here. And what would probably be third, yes, it would be fourth, would be the Russian train. Fifth would be the German train. And last but not least would be the British train. So they are sort of getting mixed about here. French train doesn't look to be in the lead anymore. So that's why I'm keeping the positions here, because when they get down to the next station, we'll be able to see who changed places during the split. Let's jump on board with these two. Now the USA train is just to their left, but they will have to stop at the next station. So I don't hold out much hope for these two. They need to sort of be where the Chinese train is. Where is the Russian train? There it is. Still just in front of them, I would say. Now, where's our Chinese train? Here it is. Now, when do you enter the fast section? You're just about to enter it now. So let's see which kind of top speeds he gets up before hitting the station at the bottom. So round here, 51, 52. Now they'll be going slow, but he can go faster around here. In the tunnel he goes, out again. He's doing 76, 77, 78, 79. He has left our French train in the dust back here. Here he goes, popping out now. 87, 88, 89, 90. and then slows down to go to make his stop here. No sign of the French train yet. Now Great Britain train is up to 80, German train's up to 81, 82. There they are coming round, but they're going to have to stop. Chinese train is on the move again. But the French train doesn't have to stop. He can just come clean through. And he's back in the lead. So these two here didn't change. They remained the same. USA ended up being... Ooh, a few things have changed. China has moved up to second. USA in third. And Russia lost their fourth. Are still in fourth. And Germany and Britain, they swapped as well. So everybody's moved to a different place with the split. Now everybody's moving off, and these two jokers have not even stopped yet. Now the French train is going to be on the slow side when it approaches the factory split here. So this could be a win for the Chinese train. If we can get round in enough speed, that is. Which I think he will, because it's a substantial difference from the people on the left slowing down and the ones on the right going over the top slightly faster. Now does that affect the USA and Russia? No, because they're both on the left side. And I don't think our German and UK train is going to be able to catch these two, even though they will be on the high side. Right, so our French train is approaching the split now. There it is, slowing down. Now they have to slow down to go around there, but our Chinese train does have to slow down to approach this corner. Oh, autosave for the win there. Right, not much difference in speed here, but then this French train slows down and goes round, and I see our Chinese train there. Yep, back in front he goes, tearing down there at 67 miles per hour. So you there, you there. Let's have a look at the USA. There's our German and British train. Now USA at 39 miles per hour, Germany and Britain at 56 and 57. They might actually pass the Russian train. How fast are you going? Almost. There's the Russian train there, just out of reach. A French train still in second. Now they will all stop at this next station, and they'll be on a sprint down the straightaway here. Well, it's not exactly straight, but it is a high speed section. Right, Chinese train is stopped. You need to get going, buddy. Go, 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 go. There he is. Here's our New Haven USA train. State of Connecticut. Is that what I'd said? No idea. Right, German train is stopping. British train is stopping. 1 miles per hour. Just starts a few seconds after. So he could possibly be down and out our British train. Plus he doesn't have the advantage of more speed to get past the German train. So I think it's going to be last for GB here. I did wonder if our French train was going to beat our Chinese train. It's done well, because it did very poorly on its own in the single unit race. USA sort of finish in the middle of the pack, as they always sort of do. I do like this model. What does it actually say? It does say Connecticut, state of Connecticut. Right, so they're heading towards the finish line. You got up to 90 something, so did you. Round the corner they go, round past the bridge, and then they'll be heading towards this station here, which is the finish line. This French train is not going to be able to pass. The USA's definitely got third now. It's clearly in front of the Russian. Although I can't see them, so these two actually took off. Managed to claim a fair bit of distance from the rest of the pack. Yes, first for our Chinese train. It retains its spot at the top of the podium. And stop. And stop. Could be USA in third, looks like. Russia in fourth. Let's jump on board with these two. They're finished. We'll keep an eye on them. Stop. German train in fifth. Stop. And the British train in last. Although not by a huge amount, it did sort of stick with the German all the way around. And there we have it. So that is it for the diesel haulage race. Our Chinese train taking its spot back on the top of the podium once again. The French train did exceptionally well. I'm surprised about that. So we'll go to the points section, and then we will look at the championship points after that. So after race number 2, China getting the win there. So back up on the top spot for them. France getting a second, which was surprising. They did pretty good in this race. USA finishing normal again, sort of middle of the pack, and getting 4 points there. Russia finishing fourth and getting 3, and Germany just beating the British train there to get 5th place. So that's it for the race results. We'll look at the championship results and see how they fare after this round, these round 9 races. So here is the championship results after round 9. China way out in front with 103 after 9 races. The USA in second with 88, and way behind them in third place is Russia with 57. 54 points for Germany though, they're sort of staying in there. And France got some much needed points in that race. They are 5th with 48 points. And Britain way down in last place with 28. So that was interesting. France got some much needed points. Germany is actually staying in there, which is kind of strange. Maybe the French will be able to catch them. Maybe the Germans will be able to catch the Russians. The USA won't catch China, or will they? No, even if they won both the next races, it's only 12 points, and that's not even enough to get them up to 103. That would only bring them up to 100. But that is going to be it for round 9 for the diesel races here in China. As always, if you did watch this and you'd like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit a subscribe button. But I've been Danny Boy, this has been Transport Fever at the races, and I will catch you later.